Hi guys. So, as you know, a lot of YouTubers have reacted to this video, and while I've seen it, Mehak has not. So, firstly, this is a video by Jaiden Animations, and she's wild with her animations and storytelling. I mean, it's insane. So, do check her out. I'll link all of her channels and this video itself in the description, and I'll probably add it out here, and towards the end the end cards also I'll add it. But that being said, let's see Mehak's reaction to this, because for whoever has seen this, you know the storytelling is wild and it's just so funny the way she explains it. So let's start.
Or
Okay, one sec. Okay,
technical
so
issues,
yes,
guys. We'll take a
technical
minute.
issues. Okay, we put this max and hopefully it works. No.
Maybe try the YouTube volume itself. So I think it may be low.
No,
Oops, not that.
it's here. Oh, one second. Okay. Sorry. And there we go.
Nuzlocke, and the game I played in it was Pokemon Ruby. It was fun, so here I am again, doing another. But this time I attempted to Nuzlocke Pokemon Platinum. I'll explain again super quickly how a Nuzlocke works. You can only catch the first Pokemon you run into per route. If a Pokemon faints, it dies, and you can't use it anymore. And you have to nickname your
Animated
Pokemon so
Fubby
you grow
Juice. Pikachu is named Fubby Juice.
Cute.
more attached to them. If you still don't understand,
Pokemon.
that's not my
Wait,
problem.
what was
Let's
the
get
last
started.
row? Sorry.
Come on, focus.
Yeah, what was this one?
So you grow more attached to them. If you still
You
don't
have to name your
understand,
Pokemon.
that's not my problem. Let's get started. Oh boy. This was my Pokemon Platinum Nuzlocke. Pokemon! So my friend...
Guys, I will just say that this scene, this face is what I wake up to with Meg. Okay, she creeps me out like this so many times. I mean, the amount of times I just wanted to sleep peacefully. This is literally my face. What has happened? And you can see also Meg's wide eyes out here with his glasses and all. And that's
My friendly
happening.
neighbor Barry is practically dragging me all
Are we
over
trying
the
to make you
place
make
with his
the most of your
hyperactive
day?
squirrel brain, frantically trying to get a Pokemon as soon as possible from this Professor Rowan he saw on TV. He drags me out to Route 201 and is about to leap into the tall grass when, hold it! You guys know going into the tall grass is practically a death wish, right? What you're doing is basically suicide. Borderline insanity. What absolute moronic lunatics you are. Have you no respect for your lives?
You know, the funniest part about this is if you go through the first patch of grass and meet the first person out there, they don't have a Pokemon, they're not a trainer, and they tell you about encountering wild Pokemon in grass. But this guy will not let you go. But that person is just chilling out there after the first patch of grass.
Do you have any Pokemon? No. Do you want some?
This sounds
And
like
like
drugs.
that, I have a Turtwig. I named him Turt and immediately used him to bash in Barry's Chimchar. I was making my way through the routes, but right as I was about to nab the Shinx I found on 202.
So cute.
Don't kill it. No!
Shinx died.
So no Shinx for us. But that's alright. Shinx isn't that great this early anyway. Then I locked eyes with our first trainer. The first battle. Let's see
First
how we
battle.
fare against youngster Tristan and his level 5 Starly. Oh my god!
So, if she loses the Pokemon, she loses the Nuzlocke. Like,
Oh,
so,
but she has no other Pokemon.
yeah.
The first trainer battle I ever fought, I almost immediately lose my starter to a critical hit. Why do I suddenly have a very bad feeling about this? Nevertheless, we kept going onward
Loco and the rival are arguing behind
through
when she's
Jubilife
just
City, where
ignoring.
we
Where's the
caught Crump
excited
the
friend?
Zubat in the cave above Route 204, and Magikarp on 218. Hi, Magikarp. Your name is Puppy. Just outside the city, Barry runs up and demands another battle, so I happily bash in his Chimchar again.
Love
Charlie
how
did. I kept on my
the
way,
Turtwig is
eventually
given.
arriving in Orberg City, and nervously challenged Rourke. I was terrified of his Granados, but Turret landed a crit Razor Leaf and one-shot it before it could even do anything. So that's badge number 1 for us. I made it to Floroma Town and was really
God.
excited because if you didn't know, outside the Valley Woodworks you can find Shellos. And if you didn't know, Again, I love Shellos. I ran straight to the grass to get my Shellos encounter, and
Shrinks.
I'm not gonna pass up an encounter, so I very depressingly caught the Shinx and named it Failure to vent my sadness and frustration over not getting a slug. Well, there we found Team Galactic messing around, stealing electricity, and this little girl's dad. So I beat up the grunt guarding the door, broke in, beat up the grunts in the building until Turd evolved, then found Galactic Commander Mars at the end of the corridor, who I was scared of because she's got a fat cat that hits like a semi-truck. But I had a plan. Back in the Orbit Mines, I caught Dwayne the Onyx, and I brought him to the
Dwayne the Rock.
fight because in case things got dicey, I would switch him in to buy time and heal up my other Pokemon. Basically, Dwayne was death fodder. Turd took out Mars' Zubat, and when Perugly came out, Kronk plucked off the Oranberry he was holding. But she got hit pretty hard in the process, and since Turd needed a bit of healing before he could get back into it, Dwayne can take a scratch. Look at that. Dwayne is fine. He's fine, guys. Don't
The chat does not want Dwayne to die.
the sad nose for Dwayne. Dwayne's fine. Don't worry about him. Don't worry about him.
So dead.
Oh my god! Dude.
Dwayne lasted.
Alright, I'll give him that. Dwayne gets to live. Somehow, when Dwayne was supposed to die, he hung in there on 1 HP. And you know what? I respected the hell out of him for it. I let Dwayne live, and Turt was able to take out the Perugly. What a legend.
Aww.
But then I put him back in the box and moved on. In Mount Coronet, I caught a Bronzor named Big, which I happily added to the team. And right before Gardenia's gym, Kronk evolved, which meant no mercy for those flower ladies. Badge number 2. We slashed the guard bushes in front of the Galactic building and ran up all the stairs where we fought Galactic Commander Jupiter. Let's take a look at how that went. Don't crit. Don't crit, don't crit. No! But, I mean, that won't do. Let's just hit it. Don't crit him. No. Oh my god. We finally were able to beat her, but that fight really knocked the wind out of me. I was shaking on my way back to the Pokemon Center when this lady Cynthia shows up and is like, Egg?
Egg.
Yeah. Anyway, even meeting Cynthia wasn't enough to calm my nerves, so to keep my mind off the absolute tragedy we narrowly avoided, I decided to start training up Big Boy on Cycling Road. And then he died. I've practiced this game and... Oh no.
Critical.
So before you push up your anime glasses and tell me that Steel is weak to fire, which I know, by the way, the reason I kept Big Boy in was because not only is his defense an iron wall, but he had heat proof, which negates his fire weakness. But then he got crit. So, first death. I'm sorry, Big Boy. You never had the opportunity to become a big boy. I walked into Wayward Cave and found a Gible. Gible is an amazing Pokemon. It turns into Garchomp, which is easily one of, if not the strongest Pokemon in the game that isn't a legendary. Adding it to the team would give us such a huge advantage, and now there is nothing in my way between that and...
Oh, she's gonna kill it. Of course she is.
The funniest thing is that on this route where you find Gibble is the rarest encounter.
Oh damn.
So it's not like it's the first thing you'll ever walk into. You
find
get
another
something.
Shinx otherwise.
Yeah. Something like that. So she found the rarest encounter, which is brilliant. And then the Grottle killed it.
This Nuzlocke is
Moving on. We arrived in Heart Home City where I caught DeVito the Ralts, Kronk and Puppy evolved. We had a clean win against Fantina, and some lady gave us an Eevee I named Milk. Things were starting to look better now. I was leveling up DeVito against trainers, and when fighting this lovey-dovey couple, let's go into Puppy. Get rid of the Buizel. Oh no!
And
Oh no.
You're kidding. You're kidding. And that's why I hate love.
it's fine. We all hate love at the moment. Okay, it's not working out well for us also. Jaiden, we relate with you. Don't worry, we relate. Even we hate love. What is that?
Too much PDA.
I'm also just going to shine a light on this. She has highlighted the female as a strong one, if I'm not mistaken, about where the legs go, holding the guy.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Pro-feminism played. I respect it. That is the way. All these what is this guy doing?
It's quite funny.
In
Wait, I have a
came
question.
Shrimp
Are
the
you not
Scyther
allowed
I
to
caught on
potions
Route
in this?
210. Some good news.
You are allowed, I think, to use healing items, but more often than not, it's just unlucky, like critical hits and all. You don't expect your Pokemon to die, but
On
it's,
Route 213, I finally found a Shellos. I named it Swoop,
What's
and
so
I
weird about
loved it.
Shellos?
I loved
It's her
it so
favorite
much.
Pokemon.
I know you're not supposed to have a
Shellos?
favorite child, but Swoop was my favorite child. And
Weirdo finds slug on the side of road, legally adopts
Well,
it,
I wasn't apologetic
and
about it.
wholeheartedly
I
considers
trained
it
it
her
up,
child.
and now we got a Gastrodon. Turret ended up evolving too, so together with Kronk and Swoop,
She just
Maylene
likes
was
it.
defeated and badge number 4 was secured. Outside of Pastoria City, I caught a Quagsire named Lol, but when I went to get my
Lol.
Great Marsh encounter, I was trying to get a Yanma and accidentally threw a ball at a Wooper, so now we've got...
So, actually, in a Nuzlocke or this type of situation, the same species is never considered an encounter because you've already technically encountered it. So, it's a waste of, like, you already have that Pokemon, so why would you want to catch another
So why
one?
did she catch this one?
No, I don't think she knew enough of that part
That
specifically.
it adopts. I'm
No,
saying it
not
evolves
that it
and-
evolves. I don't think she knew that the species is not normally considered as a encounter in case you have it. So, in which case, she just caught and she stuck to the rule of catching the first Pokemon of every route. But technically, you do have a bypass in this situation because it's a waste of an encounter.
Yeah.
You are using the Quagsire, you don't really need a Wooper, and you could have gotten something more better on
Yeah, I
your
think
team.
that's why she's disappointed here.
Got LOL and Oops in the box.
Lol and Oops, so that's why the name is Oops.
Then I swept Crasher Wig with Milk, who is now a Jolteon with the TM Thunder I bought literally next door. I walked out of the gym and Team Galactic set off a bomb. I ran down the grunt who detonated it and took him out because he is weak.
Just I
Cynthia appeared
love how
with a bomb.
this
I ran down
also,
the
you know,
grunt
you'd expect the
who
Turtwig bash
detonated it and
Yeah.
took him out
makes
because he
sense,
is...
but she's holding the garage also in this case. I love this.
Oh,
This
her
is the
animation
only,
is
yeah,
quite fun.
yeah.
weak. Cynthia appears
Us-
again and tells me to bring a charm to her grandma. So I'm like, yes, ma'am. We found her in
Why?
Celestial
Why
Channel.
are we errand people throughout this? Bring a charm to your grandma, bro. Meet her. It's fine. Everyone meet your grandparents. Not during COVID, just in general.
Yeah.
Don't send delivery packages out there. It's not as special as you think.
Along with Cyrus, the leader of Team Galactic, who starts some evil Shakespeare speech about how everything is imperfect, so he's got to blow up the world or something. I don't know.
Everyone
I
has a
wasn't really
Thanos
paying
run.
attention. And
I wasn't paying attention. I feel like this is actually the
This is me when you talk, basically.
yeah, probably.
Yeah. It's like, huh? What?
No, I feel like this is everyone whenever, yes, this is exactly a representation of Megamind, a big blue head thing. And when he's explaining the evil plan, the girl he captures
Roxanne
is
Ritchie.
Roxanne. She's just like boring. Oh,
Yeah.
what's new? This is exactly it.
then he wanted to fight. Puppy took out his Sneasel and I sent out Milk to take care of his
Oh,
Golbat.
oh.
But Milk decided he wanted to be lazy and not only miss all his thunders, but also punch himself in the face.
Oh no.
Milk!
Milk.
No, Milk can't die. No.
And poison.
Oh, I'm confused.
You can't be doing this. Kronk came out and killed the Golbat because Milk was being difficult, but I gave him a second chance and he took out the
She
Golbat.
chopped
Anyway, here's
Milk.
your dusty charm. I went out and caught a Magnemite named C, then arrived in Canalave City where we barged into
I
Byron's
wish
gym and
she went with her old Nuzlocke name. I forgot what she named her Magnemite and Magneton. Zip Zap Zop. She named it Zip Zap Zop. I wish she did it. Look at that. Gastrodon is primed and
demolished
ready.
his team with Swoop and Turd. Then Team Galactic sets off another bomb, this time at Lake Valor. So Barry, Professor Rowan's assistant Lucas, and I split up to check on the lakes. As I'm
Yep.
strolling past all the flopping Magikarp, I run into Galactic Commander Saturn, who we swept the floor with. After that, we headed over to
Yay.
Lake Verity, where we did the exact same with Mars. There was a part where Turd got crit and almost died. Oh god. But we're fine, he's fine. Finally, we had to go check up on Barry at Lake Acuity, and after trekking through 6 feet of snow for like a
You
mile,
remember this? Wherever that snow, you always fell down and then you had to wiggle out and again hop on the
Yeah,
snow.
yeah. It was quite
Oh,
intense.
so she's fallen down.
We get there to find Barry at the top of a cliff, like, ha ha ha, you can't climb rocks. Come back when you can climb rocks, loser. I'll go fight Candace's gym now, I guess. Now, we've been having some good type matchups with the past few gyms, so I haven't really been nervous about most of them, but Candace uses ice types, which, like, half my team is weak
Oh, I
against.
remember this gym.
Which, you know, nervousness rising. Not only was I at a massive type disadvantage, but the main threats on our team, nervousness
One
rising.
second, look
Not
at
only
this. I'm Ice Cube and all of them are freaking out.
was I at a massive type disadvantage, but the main threats on our team were her Abomasnow because it hits like a truck and sets up hail, and her Frostlass because it'll use the hail from the Abomasnow to heighten its evasiveness with Snow Cloak,
Oh, that's
spam
a
double
good one.
teams, and then just sweep
Frostlass
my
is
team.
obvious,
I
right?
walked in, took a
This is
deep
the one where you
breath,
just
which
slide
didn't make
around,
me
right?
feel
Yeah.
better at all, and started the battle. Shrimp took out her Sneasel, and Swoop took out her Piloswine, almost dying in the process, and then she finally brought out the big bad Abomasnow. Since it's grass ice type, I taught Puppy Fire Blast. Yeah,
What?
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I
What?
wasn't sure it could one-shot because Puppy's not a special attacker, and lo and behold, it didn't. It didn't miss.
How is Gyarados learning a
It
fire
is
move?
able to
Please
somehow.
kill it. Please, it's quad. It's quad.
Oh no!
What? Eventually, Puppy took it out, but that was absolutely terrifying.
Aw.
Last but not
That's a
least,
puppy.
Puppy's a
Frostlass.
cutie.
I wanted to have Swoop rain dance to get rid of the hail so Frostlass's Snow Cloak isn't activated, but since Swoop was sitting at a not-so-chill 20 HP, that wasn't gonna work out super great. However, since I didn't want Kronk to be in this fight at all, right before the fight, I swapped her with Failure the Shinx.
Failure.
Sorry, little guy.
Aw, she's
Failure
such a
looked up
cutie.
at the looming death that was Frostlass in front of her, and as I healed up Swoop, Failure was killed in its blizzard. It's really unfortunate we had to resort to it, but I give Failure a salute for stepping up and surrendering its life to the team. Swoop came out, got off the rain dance, and after a close battle, was able to pull through. We won,
Yes.
but it wasn't without sacrifice. We had a moment of silence for Failure, the true MVP of the fight.
Aw.
Gone, but not forgotten.
No,
Now we
this
can
is
climb the
sad
rocks
kid.
to Lake Acuity, and when we got up there, Barry's got snot dripping down his face, crying in the snow because he
Looking at
got
me.
beat up by Jupiter, who looks at me and is like, "See ya, I'm going to Veilstone HQ."
Serves him right for saying you can't climb rocks.
I'm gonna go to Veilstone. We start running through the base trying to find Cyrus, but when fighting this scientist, Psychic. Porygon 2 freaks me out. It is way too powerful, way too bulky,
It's floating. How's
and it's
Earthquake
way
affecting him?
too
What
Doesn't
earth
have
are you on?
levitate.
weird. I do like Porygon 2 though. I would like a plush of Porygon 2. Very cute.
Oh no.
No.
What? What?
Oh my god. She must be really upset.
No!
That's why I said it's
No!
unlucky stuff like that. Which is good.
Yeah. Scoop is her favorite.
We lost Scoop! I wasn't okay. Kurt came out and curb stomped the Porygon 2 out of vengeance, but to put it lightly, I wasn't taking that too well. My heart is breaking. I'm like actually sad. But life doesn't stop when your dog dies, so I had to keep trucking and brought Lol the Quagsire to the team. With an intense, blood-curdling thirst for revenge, I stormed into Cyrus's room.
Fight.
Fight! Shrimp and Milk took out his team in no time. I snatched his Master Ball and used his teleport pad to enter the basement where Mesprit, Azelf, and Uxie are all being held
Oh,
captive.
these three.
Fight!
Azelf.
Like Cyrus, Saturn was swept
Just
too.
fight.
After releasing the Lake Guardians, we head to Mount Coronet because Cyrus wants to go there and destroy the planet, I think. And we catch up to him at the Spear Pillar.
That's where
Before we can run
Dialga
up and
and
attack
Pog-
him, Mars and Jupiter step in. Then Barry arrives. Honestly, I have no idea how he found us all here. And it's like, I'll help. Lol takes out both the Bronzors, Mars' Prugly, and Barry's Munchlax. So I thought, you know, it was all smooth sailing, right?
Smile is so big.
Well, wow, Barry. Really doing a lot for the team, aren't you? Oh my god, no, it has
4
Giga
times
Drain?
effective.
No. No, oh no, oh no! It was a crit! Not only did I not know their Golbat had Giga Drain for some reason, but it also got a crit. So I was starting to feel bad. But then I started panicking. The thing is, after you fight Mars and Jupiter, you have to go into the distortion world and fight Cyrus and Giratina. If Cynthia forces us into the distortion world without us being able to get a new member, we're in massive trouble. We finish up the battle and Cyrus starts this whole spiel about how the world is imperfect, blah, blah, blah. Everything must die except for me. Then he gets swallowed up by Giratina. A hole opens, a rip in space leading to the distortion world. And I'm kind of just standing off to the side, twiddling my thumbs like, Cynthia, please don't shove me in there without my consent. Cynthia, can I go? I have something to do. Our world will be destroyed. Are you ready? No, I'm not. Let me go. I'm free! Holy crap. Get me out of here. Goodbye. I'm sorry, lol. We just got you. And then you died.
Life
but
comes
luckily,
at you
remember
fast.
when I accidentally caught that whooper while trying to get a Yanma? It's time, oops. You are no accident. You're our lucky star who will carry us to victory. We got us leveled up, came back to the spear pillar where Cynthia was just sitting there waiting for us, and hopped in. Everything is topsy-turvy, and the lake guardians are telling me to push boulders into holes. And suddenly I'm on a floating crest of land with Cynthia, who's basically like, Cyrus, get lost and never come back. And Cyrus didn't like that. So he came at me. Oops took out his Houndoom and his Gyarados came out, so I switched to Milk. But I was very terrified because Cyrus's Gyarados has Earthquake. So if Milk misses his Thunder here, he dies. And Milk is notorious for missing his Thunders. But it hit.
Pray to Arceus, the god of Pokemon. This is how
Milk lives another day. He also took out Cyrus's Crobat and Honchkrow, and Shrimp finished up his Weavile. Cyrus steps aside, and suddenly, it's just me and the Angel of Darkness itself, Giratina.
Smile.
I threw the Master Ball, and like that, it was over.
Some
I saved
tenant
the
stuff
world.
has happened.
Yeah, very intense.
Now to get back to my gym badges.
Gym
I
badge.
arrived at Sunshore City and started making my way through Vulcan's gym. I know he's the 8th gym leader and he's supposed to be tough, and apparently he's depressed because everyone who challenges him isn't good enough and he's bored. But I wasn't concerned. We have Oops, and none of his Pokemon can do anything about it. It's not like they have Giga Drain or anything, right? They didn't. I checked. Oops was just Earthquake and everything, and at the end, I'll admit, I got a bit scared. Okay, don't crit. If you crit Giga Impact, that would be really holy, but it's all good. We're all good. And with that, off to Victory Road we went, where we cut ourselves a Gabite I named Flakes. Would have been nice to have one, I don't know, near the beginning of the game, say, in Wayward Cave, you know. But whatever. Better late than never. It's good to have just in case something goes horribly wrong out of nowhere. Flakes is base 60, yeah it is. It's an amazing. Whoa, 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 no!
No, puppy.
Puppy died.
You're kidding. Oh dear. And that's the straw that broke the camel's back. After Puppy died, I stepped back and decided the team we go into the Elite Four with needs to be the best possible team we can build. The Elite Four here goes pretty hard, so I couldn't go in willy-nilly just hoping for the best.
This animation is so cool for
Very,
all of the.
very
I will say that her animation out here is insane.
After literally
Even the way
a
that
few
her
hours.
story goes.
Yeah, that's why I said her storytelling skill and animations are so well.
Although I think her
put
names
together.
are pretty interesting too.
Yeah, she's a creative genius
No,
in
I'm
this
saying even
case.
ours are pretty cool.
Oh yeah, little.
They're not as fun as hers, but ours
Oops.
are all little everythings.
Yep.
Of calculations and research, I settled on a team I thought would give us the highest
Dirt. See, lol. No. Oops. Colgate, flakes, shrimp.
possibility of winning. I added Flakes to the team in place of Puppy, and with a heavy heart, left Milk and Kronk behind as I brought C the now Magnezone and Colgate the Togekiss I hatched from the eggs Cynthia gave me. Even though I was sad to not bring Milk and Kronk into the final battles with us, they won't be forgotten. And
I think they deserve a salute. A salute Milk and a
And it
salute
doesn't
Kronk.
negate the fact they were such huge assets to the team, and
Yes.
I wouldn't have made it this far without them. I'll see you guys on the other side. I took a step towards the doors of no return, and immediately got interrupted by Barry. He wanted to have one last fight.
3
Anyway,
minutes later. Oh.
welcome. This is the Elite Four. The battle starts, and C takes out Aaron, Sam, Mega, and Bester Quinn. Oops takes out his Rapion, and Colgate takes out his Scissor and Heracross. Next up is Bertha.
Why is this distortion happening?
Bertha loves
I'll
ground types,
explain.
but Turt and Oops had a smooth time smashing through her team. I felt a horrible shiver when her Rhyperior came out, but things went well. On to Flint.
Yes.
Flint has a pretty scary team, but luckily Oops and Flakes had no trouble plowing through them as well. And with that, we're on to the last member, Lucian. Now, Shrimp hasn't had much time to shine in these fights so far, so I decided I wanted to let her go all out. She set up sword stances and bullet punched everything.
That's what Swords Dance Mech knows all too well about
I know
Swords
really
Dance.
well now after battling Giovanni that, what, 2-3 times?
Yeah, Swords Dance, what a
You
move.
Shrimp. And suddenly, I'm at the entrance to the champion. The trainer who's been known to crush dreams in a single battle, and many
Yes.
still fear to this day. I took a deep breath. Things are going surprisingly well, and I don't know how to feel about it. But I looked up, and there she was. At this moment, I have only one last objective. Defeat Cynthia. She leads with Spiritomb, which has no weaknesses, so I sent out Turt to hit it as hard as possible. Flakes takes out her Togekiss, and then her Garchomp comes out. This is known to be one of the
Yep.
toughest boss Pokemon in the entire franchise. And rightfully so. That thing was made by Satan himself, and I'm sure even he fears what he has created. I
What an
immediately switched to
animation.
Oops, who's the only Pokemon that can lead us to victory here. I planned to put it to sleep with Yawn, and then
Ooh.
Ice Beam it until it died. That was our only hope. But then,
Yeah.
Oops is crit. And that was it. Nothing on my team can take a hit from this monster. And even if they could, they couldn't do much damage back. I sat there in disbelief, knowing there wasn't anything I could have done. And the battle is basically unwinnable now. I brought out Shrimp to bullet punch it so we could get in a little bit of damage, but she was
No.
killed. Colgate tried to chip away at it. He did some damage too, but was crit
Colgate
one
did
shot.
some
At this
damage.
point, I'd accepted defeat. Only Turt, C, and Flakes were left. It's hopeless at this point. Flakes came out, and against all odds, Flakes outsped Cynthia's Garchomp and killed it. I didn't think he
Same,
could do
right?
it. He was 2
Yeah.
levels weaker,
Dragon
and I
against
just,
dragon.
I don't know. I just didn't think.
I will say that it's probably because the natures was different of the two. So I don't know if Jaiden specifically aimed to catch a speedy variant of Garchomp or if it was by luck, but I'm pretty sure that was what
I
the
think it is, right? The
differentiator. Yeah.
speed.
Like even she's calculating the same thing that it
Yeah.
must be speed EVs, and great luck to her because Garchomp is horribly difficult. We faced that in Giovanni also, and it's just too bad. So yay!
Think you could outspeed it. Suddenly, there was a chance. We could win this after all. Cynthia brings out her Milotic, which C took out with a few Thunderbolts. Flakes took out the Lucario with Dig. Look, my Earthquake TM is on Swoop, and we all know what happened there. Finally,
No.
the last Pokemon comes out. Roserade. Flakes went in for the Dragon Claw, and the battle was over. We won. As Cynthia's congratulating me, a sudden feeling of overwhelming guilt washes over my entire body, so intense it almost knocks me down. I don't think I deserve this. Something here isn't right. This wasn't meant for me. Back in the distortion world when Giratina split me in two, how do I know I'm me? What happened in the other timeline where I saw glimpses of what happened parallel to this world, that was me too. Those things happened. Was that the ending I'm destined to have? The world I'm living in now is how I want things to be, but the other Jaiden is equally me as I am her. Even if you might think I deserve this
I'm so
dimension,
confused.
things
I'll explain
don't
it.
work like
This is
that.
just
Are there
appreciate
some
the
things
art
you can't
form.
escape, even when you try everything you can do to alter it? I don't know the answer. I may be able to sit on this throne now and thank all the Pokemon that put in everything to help me get here. All the hard work, blood, sacrifices we made, but I don't think I can ever accept this victory. I don't know what ending was meant for me, and I don't think I ever will.
So, to explain this, if you watched her live stream, which if she ever does, please do watch, she did the entire Elite Four once, but she lost. Which is why you see the Pokemons killing each other. Like Rhyperior, if you see in this shot, let me go back so that you can see what I'm. So, here, for instance,
Me. What
okay,
happened
here her Togetic died because of Stone Edge.
in the other timeline where I
Okay.
saw a glimpse
Rhyperior killed Garchomp and Quagsire,
of what happened in
Yeah.
Parallel
which is
Tin's
why she
world?
was fearing it. The fire dude killed Steel and Grass Pokemon.
Okay.
So all her
But
Pokemon died. So in a Nuzlocke,
That was me.
that's what happens, right? You count it as a loss when all your Pokemon die, which happened out here. But in her stream, she put on a poll asking the audience that does she want to continue? Do they
Yeah.
want to continue and give her one life? Or does she just call it quits there? And everyone said, go on, give it another life and another go. And then she wins the league. So that's why it's a split which she's animated beautifully to show that she did lose and that's why she can't accept the victory. But at the end, she does prosper. But that's about it for the
Oh, we have 1
video.
minute left though.
No, I moved back, right? I um, went back.
Okay. If
Okay,
you say so.
so, anyways, that being said, let's get some thoughts on this because Mehak, if y'all don't know, is into media and all of this. So, on storytelling skills, writing skills, animation, all of that, let's get her thoughts.
Honestly, like what I loved was the storytelling bit because it's one huge game, right?
Yeah.
That you have to bring down to what, 22 minutes that she did?
Yeah, 22
22 minutes was
Yeah.
brilliant and so entertaining throughout, right? I didn't even know that 22 minutes passed. Honestly, it felt
Yeah.
like 5.
It's love it. I've
Yeah.
seen her previous one, which was Emerald, which was even like it was equally great storytelling. I don't. I think Mehak has seen it, but we've seen it off stream.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but hats off to Jaiden. Like I'm
Really.
sure that with our following and fan base, she might not get this message. But if you do, Jaiden, we are fans. I am
Yeah.
definitely a fan of yours. I've seen your streams, and thank you for putting this content out there. I mean,
I think we're
it's
gonna take some inspiration from your names though.
yes, for sure. And obviously, if you ever wanna jump in and give us name suggestions, please do because
Always
we are
welcome.
yeah. Because I think if you watch the live stream, which I do with my sister, we've named all our Pokemon Lil because
Like rappers.
yeah, because in Gen 6 they called me Lil Z or Lil Big,
We've named you Lil Z, so
Lil Z or
all our
something.
Pokemon are Lil
Yes.
something.
Okay. But with that being said, guys, please do check out her channel. I'll link it obviously down below. I'll add it out here also. Follow her. Watch her other videos because she talks about just her life in general, which is really good.
Yeah, I'm sure
And
it's super interesting as you know this video was.
yeah, it's so funny. Her trip to Japan, her when she's jet lagged, how she gets locked out of her house, and she animates it all beautifully. So follow her and subscribe to us also, because we will try to do the same amount of content, but we'll just do the Pokemon playing part. And see you guys. Hopefully, y'all had a great time. I had a great time watching it.
Same. I had a great time watching and being on this.
Yeah. Okay. So see you. Bye bye.
Bye.